Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows 10 for a new PC that you built, or a virtual machine, or an old PC that you want to install Windows 10 on. This is pretty much free, and you can do it on anything that meets the Windows 10 system requirements. So basically what you want to do now is go to your browser. Okay, so now that you're on the website, which I'll link in the description below, you basically want to go down here, and also you will need a USB or a DVD, or if you're just putting it on a virtual machine, then you won't have to worry about that. But if you have a DVD drive in your new PC, then you should probably grab a DVD drive, a couple of DVDs, and you should also grab a USB drive if your computer does not have a DVD drive. So basically, uh, and if you're making a virtual machine, you don't have to worry about that. But so just click download tool now, and once the tool downloads, just open it. Okay, so now that the tool has downloaded, basically you have to open it, and then you will get this prompt, and then you will see a getting a few things ready window. Now you just want to read through these license terms and click accept. Now you just want to select create installation media. So here you just want to select your language, your edition if you are in the country which allows you to select that, and architecture. So with architecture, you basically, with newer computers and virtual machines, you want 64-bit. If you're running a very small virtual machine, then probably 32-bit. And if you're going to install this on a computer from 2008 to 2005 to 2008, then you probably want to choose 32-bit. So, and be aware that 32-bit only allows up to 4 gigabytes of RAM, and 64-bit is basically unlimited. So again, if you're using a virtual machine, you don't need to worry about USB flash drives. Just use ISO if you're creating a virtual machine, and if you're creating a PC without a DVD drive, choose USB flash drive. And if you are installing this on a computer with a DVD drive, then you will need to use ISO file and then burn that into a DVD disk. Okay, so now Windows 10 will download, and you just have to wait an hour or less depending on your storage type. And this will be followed by creating Windows 10 media and verifying your download, and those will be shorter than this. Once the download is done, if you're using a USB to install Windows, then make sure to eject the USB and boot into the computer, and skip to the part of the video where I'll show you how to boot into Windows. And if you are using an ISO file and a DVD drive to install Windows, burn that the ISO file onto the DVD. Make sure to memorize the location of it. And if you're creating a virtual machine, just remember the location of the ISO file, and I'll show you how to boot into the ISO file. Now I'm going to show you how to create the virtual machine, and I'm going to be using VirtualBox for this demonstration. But if you're using this for a real PC, then you can skip to the part where we boot into Windows and install it. So basically what you want to do is click New, and then I'm using VirtualBox 7. It might be different in VirtualBox 6.1, but this is just VirtualBox 7, and like name it and select the right architecture. 32-bit or 64-bit. I'm going to choose 32-bit because that's what I chose. And um, put in the ISO file. And let's go to my desktop. Um, should be here. And then I'm gonna skip unattended installation. And then I'm gonna enable this, and I'm going to set the memory as 2 gigabytes, which is 2048. And then I'm going to give it 32 gigabytes of storage, and then next. And I'm gonna go in the settings. I'm actually gonna create it into a solid state drive, and I'm gonna enable 3D acceleration, and I'm gonna enable this and both of these as well, and this as well, all that sort of stuff. And then this is the part where we boot into Windows. So if you came here from building a PC, so basically you want to start the computer and hit the key that is designed by the motherboard manufacturer. And if it's Asus, choose F2. and and once that happens, it will select the USB, and we're gonna boot into the USB. And as you can see, we are booting into the Windows 10 ISO file. And once that's done, we're gonna select our language and all that. And now we are here in the thing. And time and currency format, we're going to choose that as English Australia, which is older. I'm going to choose that as English Australia because I'm in Australia, and you can choose your own language. And the keyboard layout of Australia is US. And go next and click install now, and this might take a second. So if you have purchased Windows 10, and you can actually use Windows 11 to activate Windows 10, and Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1, and you basically type in your product key. And if you don't have a product key, that's fine. You can use Windows 10 with full support without a product key. The only thing is you'll have a watermark, and you won't be able to personalize your PC in the UWP settings app. So since I don't have a product key, I'm just gonna select this. It may take a second to load. And these are the different editions of Windows 10. So Windows 10 Home is cheaper, and it has 99% of the features that uh, basically even an IT person would need. In fact, I'm even running Windows 11 Home right now. And Windows 10 Pro has some features like very like BitLocker, drive encryption. There's a lot of all that sort of stuff. So with the and Pro is I think $50 more expensive. So just go with Home. And with architecture, x86 means 32-bit. So that's for very old computers, and x64 means 64-bit, and that's for newer computers. So you want to choose x64 for if you're building a computer or a virtual machine that's bigger. And if you're making an if you're installing this is a very old computer, 2005 to 2008, you want to choose x86. And also that for a virtual machine that you don't really want to take that much hardware resources. So I'm going to choose Windows 10 Home because that's just cheaper and less to install. And then you read through all these and then click I accept the license terms, and select custom. And if you have two drives, one being an SSD, one being hard drive. The hard drive will usually have more space than the SSD, so make sure to just install it on the smallest drive. 10 GB is required for 32-bit, and 16 GB is required for uh, 64-bit. Now, click Next, and this will install Windows. Your computer will restart several times, so this you'll see this screen while Windows 10 is installing and restarts, and after this, you will see the out-of-box experience. So we are now going to start up Windows 10 for the first time, and this might take a while to load, and especially if it's a virtual machine or a very old computer. You will see this screen that says "just a moment," and while that's loading, you can have a cup of coffee or tea, depending on your storage type, and this might take a second to load. Now, sometimes you may see a screen like this. This means that you must install a driver update because um, sometimes you don't have the correct drivers to run Windows. So basically, you just need to install a few updates. So yeah. Okay, so now you click the next button, and hopefully you have an Ethernet driver at least, and plug that into your computer, and it will say just a moment, and it will restart, and yeah, it might take a while. So here is the I would like to mute Cortana, and this is uh you should basically disable the sound because it's extremely annoying. Uh, unless you need an assistive screen reader. And now you select your region, which is Australia in my region. And then this might take a second. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna choose US because that's the Australian layout because it has a dollar sign, and then skip because I don't really need that. Now, if you're connected to Ethernet, that you have uh, it says now we have some important setting up to do. Is restarting. Should take a second. Boom, boom. Wow, a moment is very long according to Windows 10 on a virtual machine. Now, I recommend you sign in with a Microsoft account. I'm just gonna sign in with my Microsoft. Okay, Linux users, before you track me down and kill me, I want to tell you something. People have preferences. So I'm going to enable all of these because I just like to. You can enable whatever you want, you can disable whatever you want. I just like enabling all of them. It's just my opinion. And I'm going to press accept. This might take a second. And I'm going to customize my experience. I'm going to use this computer for. Let's say I'm going to use this computer for entertainment, gaming, creativity, and school. And then I'm gonna click accept. And this is a very good feature in both Windows 10 and 11. And you should just, I'm gonna choose remind me later where I can set up my phone and link it. And it's just gonna say just a moment for moment according to Microsoft. And your device is better with Microsoft 365. Now, some devices actually come with Microsoft 365, but since this is just a virtual machine with a clean install of Windows 10, it doesn't come with it, so no thanks. And as you can see, I like to enable it. Again, it's my opinion. Don't get mad at me. Blung, blung, blung. Ah, there we go. Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished, and Windows will be all yours. Yay! And this is the horrible, annoying thing that they do. Okay, guys. Now that we are on the Microsoft Windows 10 desktop, and if you are using a virtual machine, you want to insert the driver image, and then if you are using a thing, what is the thing called? What is the thing called? I forgot. Uh, if you are using, oh yeah, a real computer, you want to download those drivers from another computer, or if you have internet access from here. Um, since I'm using a virtual machine, I'm going to use the disk or the ISO file if you want to be realistic. I'm going to choose this one since I'm using a 32-bit. Um, and then next install, and then this will take a second to install. Okay, now you want to restart your computer to install the drivers and everything. And since this is a virtual machine, nothing will work as usual, especially in VirtualBox. Why is this not working? Yeah, I'm just gonna restart from. Oh my god. Okay, so now that you have set up the drivers, you want to go into settings, and you want to check for some updates. Uh, I'm just gonna go to Windows Update, which is right here, and I'm gonna check for some updates. And for very old computers, you probably won't be able to run Windows 11 without bypassing and losing support. Um, may take a second to check for updates. And here you can actually join the Windows Insider program, which allows you to install preview builds of Windows. So you can get features early, although it may be a bit unstable. And see, we are checking for some updates. there we go. And we you should also install these optional updates. And you can see we have quite a few updates. I'm just gonna let them install and all that sort of stuff. Hey guys, finally back in the virtual machine after installing a an update that wasn't wanting to install. It was stuck, and now we are going to update the Microsoft Store. So to do that, we will need to, of course, open the Microsoft Store, and that is, where is the Microsoft Store? Where are you? Oh, okay, here it is. And we just want to wait for it to load and open. And while that is happening, you can look at this beautiful wallpaper. Why did I not do this in VMware Play? Anyways, it's gonna take about at least like 2 centuries to load, and since this is a virtual machine, and Windows 10 does not like virtual machines, and especially Windows 7 hates virtual machines, at least in error mode. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Um. Okay. Now go to Downloads and Updates, and click Get Updates. And while the updates, and once the updates have finished installing, I would recommend. Okay, so now what you want to do is install an antivirus like AVG Antivirus Free, because Microsoft Defender is good, but it's not enough to protect your computer. So you just download this antivirus, and it's going to. So if you want to buy Windows 10, this is where you can actually purchase Windows 10, although it will no longer be sold after January 31, 2023. But this is where you can basically purchase Windows 10. You can also purchase Windows 10 Pro, um, and there's also Windows 10 Pro for workstations. And you can see uh, in in February will pretty much end. And let's go back to the here, and basically you can purchase this, but with Windows 11 you can actually use Windows 11 keys to activate Windows what is it called, Windows 10. So Windows 11 Home, and then we'll go to that. And as you can see, we have Windows 11 Home, and you can pretty much purchase this to activate Windows 11. And if you have Windows 10 Pro, then you can use that to activate Windows 10 Pro and other versions as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and oh yeah, I also forgot to tell you about the Office. So there are different things. So there's Office 2021, Home and Student, Home and Business, uh, and so there's Personal, um, which is basically a cloud version where you can sync it with all your Windows 10, Windows 11, and your Android iPhone, and all those devices. Mac, and like you can see, PC, Mac, iPhone, iPad, and Android phones and tablets. And it's uh, either 99 per year and $10 per month. And with Microsoft 365 Family, which is the where you can assign six accounts to it, so that includes you as well, and 1 terabyte for everyone each. And so these are the plans: Microsoft 365 Family, Microsoft 365 Personal, and this is Office Home and Student 2021. And then this is Office Home and Business. And then let's go to I'm pretty sure there must be like a professional version of this. Office 2021 Professional. There must be one. You can buy that. Oh, also, if you're a student, you can use your school account to get Office for free, which I've done. And yeah, uh, so thanks for watching, guys. And I will